That down, let's talk about this. I mentioned off the top of the show, in just a couple of hours, we're going off to see Ryan Coogler's new movie, Sinners. Cannot wait. I mean, listen, from the first moment we heard, I think it was like a year ago, hey, Ryan Coogler's got a new movie coming out. All right, already excited. And it's going to be a vampire movie. What? Ryan Coogler with Michael B. Jordan making a vampire movie. All right, I'm on board. Sounds good. Then the trailers came out, and that's it. I was completely sold. I'm so excited for this. I think as of right now, Ray, double check this on Rotten Tomatoes. Sure. I think right now, Sinners is holding a 99% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It came up from 98.
Yeah.
Well, you know why it went up from 98?
Well, there's more. Yeah.
Because more reviews got added. So I believe it's still only one. And how many reviews do they have counted now?
I see it's
now
130.
130.
But it's at 98%.
Oh, it's at 98.
But 130 at 98%.
So another person. So we probably had our second negative review. That's fine.
Jim Shremby.
But again, and it's not like they're just saying they like the movie. They're saying it's like amazing. Like everybody's losing their minds about it. That's got me excited. Well, now we had this week some people asking, do you think this can be $1 billion film? No. Listen, remember, this is a gory R-rated vampire film. There is a limit to how much money it's going to make because these types of movies are not for everybody. But now we actually got some projections with the first opening weekend coming up. And according to Variety, they're saying that they're looking at this new movie, Sinners, making $45 million opening weekend. And some places are saying, actually, it's going to be over 50. This is what Variety wrote. Sinners is aiming for a $45 million to $50 million opening in its domestic box office debut. Will those ticket sales be enough to dethrone the reigning champ of Minecraft movie? Maybe. In the case of Sinners, Warner Brothers is offering a softer range. Like Warner Brothers is saying they're expecting 35 to 40 million, while rivals and independent tracking services believe the final number could land above $50 million opening weekend. Anywhere around 40 million would be a solid outing for the original R-rated vampire thriller directed by Ryan Coogler and starring Michael B. Jordan in dual roles. Now, to put into perspective, let's say those tracking outlets are right, and it's over $50 million of an opening weekend. To give you some context for that, in the history of horror films, that would make Sinners one of the top 10 biggest box office openings in history for a horror film. Think about that. As we go over and we take a look at the list, I mean, this is going to be a long time before this one is beat. It, Chapter 1.
Oh, yeah.
$123 million opening weekend. That's going to be hard to beat. But if you go down to number 10, A Quiet Place, Day 1, is currently the number 10 biggest box office opening ever at $52 million. If it sounds like, if some of those tracking places are correct, or if Sinners just overperforms a little bit, Sinners could find itself this, what they describe as a horny, scary vampire movie, which is all the keywords that usually gets Rob excited.
Ninjas.
And ninjas. Just add ninjas in your set. It sounds like this could become one of the top 10 biggest opening horror films ever in history.
How was your theater? Was it packed? I mean, when you got tickets, were there a lot of seats available? Or
it was pretty good. It was pretty good in there.
Yeah, I mean, when I got my tickets, it was pretty early.
It was early.
It was early, and I can't remember.
Okay.
So again, at 50, I don't expect every theater across the country to be packed.
Yeah, no.
But again, I've been cautioning our viewers for a while. It's like, don't expect a huge opening weekend for Sinners, because again, this is definitely got a big chunk of the demographic of the movie-going audience that aren't going to be interested in something like this.
Sure.
But man, if this thing can open, first of all, Variety is right. If it opens to 40, that's solid. For a vampire horror movie, that's great. I think it would be the biggest opening ever for any vampire movie. Let me run through this list. It, Five Nights at Freddy's, Halloween, bring up the list again. Us, It, why is it twice? I don't know. I have to look into that. Hannibal,
oh, you're right.
The Nun, Paranormal, yeah. So
What?
it will be the biggest opening ever for a vampire movie.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that. The history of Hollywood. How many vampire movies have been made? It'll be the biggest opening ever for a vampire. So that's if it makes like 40. If it can get to the 50, we're talking top 10 all time. And then who knows how good the legs can be. Like, I think this can be a $400 million film. I really do.
And as we found out yesterday, there's a post-credit scene, right?
Yes.
So if that somehow
Apparently, too.
hints at another movie, can you see this taking off as the first, other than Twilight? Can you see this taking off like
A big cinematic universe?
I guess I can't really
Like a
ask that
vampire
because you haven't.
franchise?
Yeah, you haven't really
It
seen
could.
it. We haven't
I
seen
mean-
it yet.
I mean, look, they could do, there's two different things you can do with the post-credit scene, right? One is just for fun.
Or
right.
tied up.
Yeah, tied up, put a button on it, something for fun, whatever. The second thing is what a lot of movies will use a post-credit scene for is to tease something that could happen in the future. So could they be looking at Sinners as a franchise? I mean, it's hard to say having not seen
Yeah,
the movie yet.
yeah.
We'll know more in a few
Well,
hours.
you can answer that question tomorrow.
Yeah.
My feelings on that are, why did Ryan Coogler fight so hard to keep the rights to this?
Well, listen, Ryan Coogler, a lot of people don't know this, got something from Warner Brothers that most filmmakers never get.
Mhm.
Get this. Of course, Warner Brothers pays for the movie, so it's their movie. But in 25 years, the rights to the movie go to Ryan Coogler. Think about that. In 25 years, all the rights to this movie go back to Ryan Coogler. That's crazy. Studios very rarely will give that kind of a concession in a contract negotiation with a filmmaker. So that means they really love this project. And we're going to go see it in a few hours, and I can't wait to see it. Guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Apparently, the new movie Sinners is tracking to have perhaps a top 10 biggest horror opening of all time and the biggest opening ever for any vampire movie, which is, well, no. They don't qualify Twilight as a horror movie. So I'm sure Twilight probably had a bigger opening wave.
You
So,
sure?
so
It
let me,
felt kind of horrific.
yeah. They were sort of horrific. Let's qualify to saying vampire horror film. Anyway, guys, whatever you think about this, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.